How to Be No Money Spent Volume 5, boys, and we are going to talk about using Spotlight tokens, getting ready to use your Season 1 tokens to get a free champion. And we are also going to talk about maneuvering the market, how to make coins, how to build a team that's good enough to go get you to wins. All right, we made it to Champion 3 yesterday, and we're going to show you guys everything we've done, what we're going to do, and how we plan out for things. With that being said, fellas, if you're interested in this kind of stuff, don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe down below, strap in, tap in, take a seat, fellas. Let's get into the video. Okie dokie, boys, and here we are to take a look at my team. Now, I am off screen so you guys can see everything. I am rocking a 30 Chargers, 20 Packers right now because the offense was lacking severely. So we moved off of that Jets. Packers theme team just wasn't cutting anymore for the offense. We picked up Joe Alt, we picked up Rashawn Slater, and fellas, if you saw the last No Money Spent video, we overshot the market by about 8 hours, okay? We could have waited 8 hours and got a super good deal on these guys. Now, we still got a decent deal. These guys didn't quite hit back to where I bought them at, but it's okay. We're still at 2.9 million coins, and I have a bunch of stuff to sell off still. We'll talk about the market, what I'm invested in and things. But here is the team, okay? 30 Chargers, 20 Packers, and Quentin Johnston and Ladd McConkey and T. Higgins, aka T. Baggins. These guys go absolutely insane. Ladd McConkey running crisp routes. I have him as my slot receiver. Baker Mayfield is the quarterback I'm rocking. Now, I do think that Michael Vick is better, but for the cost, fellas, we got this guy pretty cheap. You could have bought this guy at bare minimum. He was down to 400K at one point. I believe he's back around 450. I still don't think that's a bad price, okay? I don't. But now I would not be buying quarterbacks, okay? I would be holding tight. Just wait. We're going to get an overall increase this Thursday, most likely. Be patient now with whatever quarterback you do have, okay? And we still have the crystal players. And I've been considering, okay, Patrick Surtain, up to 3 million coins. I would make tremendous profit off of this card. My question is, when do we get reduxes? And again, we'll talk about that a little bit more when we get to the market. I have to wait and see. I don't want to wait for a content schedule. You'll see LTDs drop in price. If he goes and gets reduxed, which is also a question mark, will they redux this card? Which they should. I need to time the market perfectly on this. This guy is critical to my team. Not only is he a great cornerback, he is also boosting my entire team. So I have to be very patient and smart with this. Now, we added Patrick Peterson yesterday, and man, this guy just did not play good for me at all for the type of defense I run. Now, I probably should put like flat zone on him. Let's go take a look at him quick. If I would have upgraded him and possibly, I believe he gets flat zone in here and put him in a cover 2, maybe he would play better, but man, he just did not play well and deep. It wasn't a good experience. I'm holding on to him today in hopes to sell him off for a little bit more of an expensive price, get those coins for that. And then Nico Reed has been great on this theme team, okay? Obviously still rocking Micah, still rocking Kenny Clark. Dwight Freeney on Chargers theme team is insane. You can take a look at him. He's got 85 speed now, 87 acceleration. He's getting to the quarterback extremely quickly. He's been fantastic for me. The team's playing great, okay? The team is playing great. No major additions. We added a little bit of speed here. We put Xavier McKinney in the box because I'll be honest, fellas, Brian Urlacher just does not get the job done. Being a linebacker, he plays like a traffic cone. He doesn't play the run well. McKinney does, okay? And we could still upgrade McKinney to an 87 with our tickets, which we most likely will. We're just being patient in case we end up getting something special. So we're going to wait on that. We haven't needed the upgrade. And then still rocking Cisco. And that's really it for the team, fellas, right? We upgraded a few things, went to a Chargers theme team, and this was able to get us over the hump, right? Got us from Elite all the way up to Champion 3. So with that being said, fellas, just want to show you guys the team. We're going to go take a look at what's coming out this week and how we can prepare for this, and should we be making additions or should we be using our Spotlight tokens. So with that being said, fellas, let's move on. Okie dokie, boys. Here we are over at Mutt Leaks to show you what's coming this week and how we're going to prepare for this and what we will be doing with our Spotlight tokens. So we have 87 overall LTD Marvin Harrison Jr. coming out, which should be tomorrow, Monday. Then we have Elton Jenkins, and then we have Azeez Al-Shaair for the Texans. Okay, he goes on a couple theme teams, but fellas, I will be using a Spotlight token on Elton Jenkins. One, I love using Spotlight tokens on linemen because they are on the team usually pretty long. And two, he is a Packer. He will be on my theme team most likely for the entire year, either as a backup or he'll be playing center for me, starting center for a pretty long time. Now, with that being said, I don't think it's smart to use your Spotlight tokens, fellas. We're going to go take a look, and we're going to show you some things in a second here about what is to come this week and why you should save your Spotlight tokens. Next up on the docket, fellas, though, is also Campus Heroes 1.5, which should be dropping tomorrow as well, Monday. You should be seeing this video on a Sunday. And we have LTD, Kyle Pitts, and Charles Woodson. Again, I need to get that Charles Woodson as a Packer fan. He will be on my team for a pretty long time. Now, I am a little concerned because we're already going to be making that jump, most likely, to 87s and 88s, because we will be making that jump to 87 overall champions and 88 LTDs probably this coming week. And I don't know if we're going to get reduxes, right? I don't know how reduxes are going to work with this fast of a pace. We'll have to wait and see a little bit. I'm going to be a little bit more reactive to the market than predictive of the market on these. But again, these can be very good coin making methods if you have some LTDs and being very patient with these guys. So I will be a little bit patient, but I am going to add Charles Woodson to the team, okay? And then we have our 86 overall champions, Najee Harris and Abdul Carter. And then we have our 83s, which is Bradley Bozeman and Kevin Winston Jr., fellas. Now, we also have a few more things to show you. We have an idea of what we're getting on Thursday as well. We're going to go take a look at that right now. There it is, boys. That is what we have for you guys. Game time should be coming out on Thursday, and usually game times are pretty good, okay? We'll have to wait and see. We were a little underwhelmed by Campus Heroes. We'll see what Campus Heroes 1.5 has for us, but these fellas should be 87 overall champions, and I'm going to go prove it to you right now. And this, boys, is why I believe we will be up to 87s already, okay? So, Mutt Leaks tweeted this out, fellas, and Team of the Week tease, 86 overall champions, we got that. That's week 1, okay? Now, next Wednesday, there shouldn't be any team of the week because no football games were played. And by Thursday, week 2 champs, 87 overall. And then after that, we go directly to 88 overalls for 2 weeks only. So, this here, fellas, is why I would say save your spotlight tokens, okay? The champions that have been coming out have been extremely cheap. Just buy them. 200K for like a Huafunga that came out, or under 200K for a Shadur if you can't afford the best quarterback, is awesome, right? That is awesome for no money spent. Now, there's not a lot of coin making opportunities in the market, but building a really good team for really cheap is amazing. That being said, though, boys, we could see some of these cards drop in price as we rise in overalls so quickly, okay? So, again, Thursday, we're getting 87s. I would just save my spotlight tokens, all right? Unless you absolutely need one of those guys like I do, Elton Jenkins, save your spotlight tokens. But if Elton Jenkins comes out and he's 200K, I will just buy him. I will save my tokens, okay? If he's only like 200K, I'll buy him. But then Thursday, we get 87s. We saw what happened when we got overall increases. That was pretty rare that you see such a massive drop-off that quickly. Is it possible to have it again? Yes. So if you want to add to your team, when we get 87s, look for the market to dip again. And there's always going to be market-specific stuff, okay? When certain players come out, you'll see certain positionings drop in price. Now, we'll take a look at that once we actually get to the market and give you guys some prime examples of that. But fellas, I'd be looking to use my spotlight tokens week 3 when we get brand new 88s. That's going to have the most longevity on your team because at least we're getting 2 weeks of that. And as long as these guys are juicy, you're going to want to use your spotlight tokens on those, okay? Be patient. If you've already used them, it's okay, right? Especially if you use them on your theme team or a lineman position, it's okay, all right? But with that being said, save them for week 3, fellas, okay? Now, that's all I got for you over here on preparation. We're going to head to the market and dive into specifically what we are doing and what you should be doing. Okie dokie, fellas, here we are at mutt.gg to take a look at the market, and I want to talk about some of the new players that did come out, okay? So, Michael Vick, for instance, 1.89 million on Xbox, 1.96 on PlayStation, down to 1.8 million. Fellas, he will continue to drop. We've seen this with all the Legend LTDs. There's small instances where they decide to bounce up because people are getting into the market, start buying, or EA decides to put out a pack that will give us plenty of coins. So I would say while he is the best quarterback, is he worth 1.8? Not in my opinion. I'd rather rock Baker for the price, fellas. Be patient with purchasing, okay? That's what I want to talk about first. Be patient with purchasing. Now, with that being said, this guy here, Jason Peters, 225 up a little bit today on Xbox, 214 on PlayStation, down a little bit today, up to 240. I mean, that's pretty nice. We did anticipate this, fellas. Again, be patient. If this guy goes on your theme team and you want him, I wouldn't use tokens on him. 240K is not a bad price. But fellas, we are set for an overall increase. We could see prices plummet yet again on Thursday when the new content comes out. Be patient with purchasing. That's all I want to emphasize, especially for adding to your team now. Be patient. Now in the general market, fellas, market is down. Training has, apparently this is a floor, it looks like, okay? 81's at 13.1. That's not quite a minimum, is it? It's not. This is not the minimum. This right here might be a minimum. This might be the cheapest you can sell 81's right now. When we get that overall increase, boys, that floor will break and these prices should come down yet again. It all depends on what EA does, okay? Am I selling off my team? No, okay? I want to play the game. I will actually be making additions to the team come tomorrow, and it's not the wisest thing, but it fits my theme team, Charles Woodson and Elton Jenkins. And again, if Elton Jenkins comes out very, very cheap, I will just buy him. I won't use my tokens on him. If he comes out expensive, I will use my tokens on him. I do want him day one, but also if you're patient, those cards have the potential to drop in price a little bit come Thursday with new 87s coming out. So again, I'm emphasizing this. Be patient with purchases. And also player-specific markets, okay? Player-specific markets, boys. I want to talk about this. We know we're getting a running back tomorrow. Running back market could come down. We know we're getting linemen. A center position could come down. You'll see the Elton Jenkins 82 overalls will come down in price because people will replace him that are using him to get his upgraded version. That is it, okay? Player-specific markets. Be patient with purchases. Selling off your team. If you want to sell off, if you know you have an Elton Jenkins, sell him now. Once he gets revealed and once he officially releases, the 82 version will come down, okay? Now, who else are we getting? We're also getting an Abdul Carter, an edge rusher, okay? Which means Micah's price could come down, okay? All the edge rushers' prices could come down yet again. Be patient when you're purchasing. If you do want to sell off, I would be okay with it. The market's a little bit elevated today. Take your coins, wait for Monday, add to your team if you really, really want to. But waiting until Thursday will be better, okay? And then I want to talk about what can we do in the market. Now, I am not a fan of investing in 84s, okay? 84s will be used in the new sets, but these cards are very expensive. And this could be EA's way of trying to raise the market on champions, okay? We saw Team of the Week champions were very expensive. They didn't take random 84s. That's part of the reason why they were so expensive. Not to mention, they were extremely good cards. Now, we did see the 83 market, even though for a short period of time, the 83 market rose and then dropped. And now you see 83s. Let's take a look at 83s. They are down to 40-ish K. All right, I've been sniping up a few of the Campus Heroes for 40K and under. If you want to do that, be my guest. Market's up a little bit today. Okay, this is what we expected. Market to be up a little bit on a Sunday. Now, 84s. I do feel like 84s are just too pricey. I might be looking for some really, really good snipes on 84s Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, okay? We shouldn't have any content on Wednesday, which will suck. We should have content tomorrow, probably not on Tuesday, and then our next batch will be on Thursday, which is game time. And that's where those 84s will be used. The market for 84s right now is just way too high. There's nothing you can do with this, unfortunately, okay? As you see here, the average training cost, if you bought at 87,500 coins, you'd be paying 128.68 coins per training. That's way too much, So you can't really use these for training. I think the market's too high on these guys. There's not a lot of room to invest. There's just not a lot of room to invest on these guys. Now, if you get out there and you see some crazy, crazy good snipe, perhaps, okay? I don't think these guys are going to sit around 80K. This is kind of what the 83 market did. You could get some snipes at like 60K. They were sitting around 70K for a day. I will be popping into the market tomorrow, okay? We'll have our daily mud update, so stay tapped into that. If these guys happen to drop tomorrow for some reason, I will be looking to maybe make some snipes. My comfortability zone would be around 60K. That's where I would be pretty confident I could make some coinage and sell them off right away when the new 87s, the new brand new shiny 87s come out. I'll sell off those 84s, but I need to get good snipes on those. I will not pay 87K for these. Otherwise, you're looking at champions coming out again around 600 plus K, because you're probably going to see the new 84s for game time cost around 120, and then you'll see these 84s be around 100, which would mean you're talking about 600, 500, 600-ish K, depending on variations of pricing. And we just haven't seen that. We just haven't seen that. Now, again, if the 87s are absolutely cracked, you could see that. You could see these 84s go up to 100K from this spot here. I'm not going to do that. It's a risky decision. I will be patient. If I can find some snipes tomorrow, Tuesday, Wednesday, then I'll make a move on them. Other than that, fellas, that's really it. All I got for you. Other thing you can do if you're looking to make some coins, all right, Patrick Peterson, like I said, he's up. He's up big time, okay? That's a snipe. That's a snipe. He was selling for 290, 285, 289, okay? Maybe you could snipe and flip champions right now because this market was very wonky. Or what you could do is try and build him, okay? You need only legend 83s to build this guy, though. That's the issue, and it's been hard to come by. I've had a couple snipes last night around 40K, but you can see they're pretty much up to 50K, all right? But even at that price, okay? Even at that price, 45K, if you could snipe at 45K or under, you're going to build that champion for 225K. So you can build this guy for 225K, sell for guaranteed, it looks like 260, boys. All right, let's go back over to the Patrick Peterson and take a look at what he's actually selling for. Prices, and 86 Pat Pete was selling, they sold instantly, 275. I marked this at 260, meaning you'll bring in 234K after tax. You're talking about a guaranteed 9K, and he's up over that. Again, sniping at 45K for those 83s, you have the potential to make some, but make sure you do this quick, right? This is catching a falling knife. The market's good on him right now. You can take advantage of it. Make sure he's selling for more than 260, and you can get snipes on 83s for under 45K. The lower you can get on those 83s, the better, okay? Ideally, you're looking for 40K, because if you wanted to, you could hold on to those to use, okay? And fellas, that is pretty much it. Again, if you have any general questions about what I just said in the market, specific players, or anything, feel free to comment down below. We're here for you. With that being said, though, boys, we're going to head over to the outro. Alrighty, boys, and there you have it. How to be No Money Spent Volume 5. And just a brief recap. So you guys can see we have some 86s coming in, 87s this week, and how we're kind of preparing for that. Now, am I going to sell everything off? And no, I won't. I will not be selling everything off. Even though last time it may have paid off, it's always a very risky gamble, and I cannot anticipate another absolute market crash like that. It is potential. There is potential for that to happen. So if you want to do that, be my guest. I will not be doing that. I will only sell off specific players. Once we have some MUT leaks and we know some of the cards that are coming out, maybe I'll sell off a few players. But I never like to sell off my whole entire team unless it's a crazy, like a Blitz promo or presence open for zero chill. And then, fellas, if you're looking to add to your team, be patient, right? Because the market will dip somewhat on most cards, okay? When we get overall increase, we saw what happened last time. I don't expect it to be that crazy again, but save your tokens, save your coins, and if you're patient, you should see prices drop on some of the 85s, potentially even some of the 86s, even though those guys are super cheap right now. With that being said, though, boys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you would not mind smashing the like button, subscribe down below. That would be greatly appreciated. But that's all I got. Hope you boys had a blessed one. Peace.
For more awesome content, like and subscribe now.